1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the game is now rolling. Get our spectator up there. There we go. So, we do have Monomaniac versus Dignitas here in the IGN Pro League number 4. FourCourtJester here coming to you from the future, because IPL 5 is just around that corner. So we did just see the picks and bans from both of these teams. Yet again, Olaf, Lee Sin, Janna, Kog'Maw, Morgana. That's a pretty strong team, if you know what I mean, for Monomaniac. Olaf in the jungle, I am a big fan of his clear time. With those axes and blue buff and some very powerful ganks later on because of the low cooldown on that, we're going to have to see some big plays come out of these guys. And I'm just going to turn on some background music. Turn down that map scroll speed. Bam! We are rolling. So guys, give it up for your blue corner. It is going to be Monomaniac. Yeah, cheers. Yeah, woo, great. Their opponents, however, the tier 1 seed, or the first seed of this tournament, Team Dignitas in the red corner.
Welcome to Summoner's
Typically,
Rift.
this would be where the red corner comes out to play. But you can see Monomaniac actually splitting 4-1. What are you doing down here, Pixel? He is going to be doing some warding, because warding is a very key thing. Oh no, we found Skari in the mid with that rise. It's cool though. He just takes that Hadoken like a boss from Spartan. But now, we do have a little bit of invade. We do know that Monomaniac is in this top portion of the jungle. Pixel now coming to say hello with the rest of the team, but they will not be finding this Dignitas team. No clairvoyance is on the table, except for Janna. But as an offensive clairvoyance, you do want to try to use that to determine where your enemies are. It does not seem to matter at this point. We kind of assume, yeah, there they are. Dominate. Going to be heading off to his race. We probably have some people waiting down here at blue. I'd suspect the top is actually already top, and Skara is probably just hanging out in this area. Nobody's come down here through this ward, because that's the purpose of this ward. A very early ward to try to catch those counter junglers. Now, I did say I like Olaf in the jungle, but Dr. Bundo has been like this favorite pick coming up from, I don't know, I'd probably go with the IGN qualifiers is probably when that started happening again, but it really, whoa, that is really weird. But it's really come up as Dr. Mundo, a very fast jungle clear, a great ganker, and at the same time, an awesome counter jungler. So that is why we have that early ward to try to, and we did see that Soraka put down his ward there as well, so we might be trying to catch Olaf in the jungle a little bit later, but it does not matter. We've started him here on the red. We cleared out the red, so that will be no red buff for Mundo, and now the lanes are just going to be starting up, you know, regular timing. So Zig and Pixel down here up against that Ashe and Soraka. That's a very spammy combo, because we can just keep feeding health and mana into Ashe, and she can just keep volleying for the last hits as well as the harass. And oh, we got pings going down. We find Dominate down here at the red kit. He does have that smite after that blue ready to go, and now we do go to cut him off with Paradoxical. That Morgana coming in. Now Dominate is going to have to try to run for his life. He throws out that exhaust on top of Zig, and that is why the counter jungling is very excellent, and Zig helps get that first blood. It is going to go to Janna, however, so the support now with red and blue. I think that would have been huge if we could have landed that on top of Kog'Maw, because that really would have negated a lot of this spammy that we can get out here. But again, this is why you put down wards. Wards are your friend. The vision in this game is key. There's 2 factors in this game, just like all MOBAs that are king: movement speed and map awareness. So, excellent work there from Monomaniac. They're going to picking up the first blood, and that is really going to put Dr. Mundo behind, which means Olaf has a little bit of time to just keep farming, try to push that advantage. He does have his red. He's now going to go for his blue. He could, in theory, give it off to Morgana, because he is now so far ahead from that Mundo that the rest of the team can just be sitting very easy. But at the same time, he will probably pick that up, because he does need the cooldown. He's not a very mana restorative champion. He is, you know, really actually pretty terrible in that regard. So that blue buff will help him out, A, with the cooldowns, because after you pick up your axe, it will reduce the cooldown even further, which means you can just spam it. And it is a fairly common technique you do see on Olaf junglers. And at the same time, it also restore his mana, which means he can just keep farming more and more. Now, Pixel getting a little bit more harassed here. We are going to have the auto slows come out from I'm a Cutie Pie with those frost arrows, but it looks like they will be okay. But lots of spam coming down. Now Zion Spartan up top, he's doing alright up against the Voyboy. Let's see, level 4, but he is pushing the lane a little bit, which it will make Nintendo X's job a little bit harder. The closer Vlad is to that tower, especially with his pool, the harder it will be to gank him, but it does not matter. We're going to be trying it out. There's the Lee Sin. Here comes the pool. He's going to be trying to get away with it, and he will. And again, that is the problem. We keep pushing up against that Vlad. Anything with an escape mechanism up here will not matter. You just get to that tower, and you'll be safe unless you go for that dive. And now we do know Voyboy has it on cooldown. The axe actually lands this time. Where's the Hadoken from Zion Spartan? It's not going to land because it was on cooldown, and we throw out that axe yet again. So Voyboy getting harassed pretty continually here in this top. Nintendo X is not done yet. However, there's the Hadoken into the axe, but the axe unfortunately did miss, and that is going to be all for Nintendo X up here. Morgana now coming for a behind from the gank. We got, oh, the pool. The pool saves him yet again. That was a perfect combo of the axe into the binding, but the pool was already on cooldown. So yeah, Voyboy got to be feeling like the prettiest girl at the prom because everyone is vying for his hand, preferably severed, but that's what they're doing. Now, we do see the clairvoyance going up. I will dominate. You know, he's doing his jungle. He's catching up as much as he can because he is far behind. And when you are behind, you're probably not going to be ganking that much, which is, again, something that Monomaniac got to be feeling very comfortable with. Now, we do not see Ryze. We do not actually see Soraka right now. Be sure that she's actually down here. But let's take a quick look at some of these creeps. 31 for Lee Sin, 34 for Kog'Maw. And there's that Soraka just hiding in the bushes. 31 for Ashe and 31 for Vladimir. So very similar scores across the board. In the mid, however, Morgana sitting at 30, Ryze, however, sitting at 31. So, you know, very even. Every lane, very even. The only difference at this point is probably a few hundred gold because of that first blood. And giving it to Janna just, well, it's not like she took it on purpose. That's all I can say to that. So yeah, she picks up herself a Philosopher's Stone, a Sight Ward, and some Vision, so she will be trying to deny some Vision around here. Nintendo X going in for the gang on top of Locust. He did pop the Ghost. We do got Zig helping out to get the Lightning Bolt in the clear sky. Nintendo X picks up the second kill of the game, and now we are 1-0-1 for our Viking. Now, if Olaf starts snowballing pretty hard, that is going to be a very scary thing in the late game, but we're going to have to see what kind of build he wants to run. Let's take a quick look at some of his stats. 6 armor penetration with 10%, and then 13% life after the 10, so he looks like he's actually running a little bit of those vampiric runes, which is not a bad thing to start off. Or not, sorry, not runes, masteries. The vampiric tree in the offensive masteries helps out Olaf a good bit, because as Olaf does jungle, he kind of wants to sit about low to mid health, because low to mid health, the more health he is missing, the more damage he will be doing. A great binding and combos coming out on top of that Mundo as Morgana picks up the third kill of the game. Now putting us up now 3-0 over the seed 1 Dignitas. That's a pretty impressive early game so far from Monomaniac, really showing why they did win their qualifiers and why they do deserve to be here. Now, this could be a very early Dragon attempt at 7 minutes 20 seconds, but we have left Kog'Maw to defend the lane, and we don't actually have any vision right here. So if we sneak up from the bottom or we sneak in through the mid, could be a bad news bears. Where is Ryze? Where is this bottom lane? Because this Dragon is not going down very easily. Nintendo X actually have to run out. He could easily get insta-gived here, but Dignitas taking the COG route, not really caring about that Dragon. They pick that up, no problem. Is Paradoxical going to have to flash? Nope, nobody's going to come in for this, so he will be able to be and keep his flash. Zion Spartan up top, however, is going to be harassing Voyboy out a little bit more. Came in from behind for the gank, and actually gets the kickoff onto Voyboy. Voyboy's pool must be down or something, because he's not pooling any of this. There we go. He's actually pretty healthy. So usually when you see a kick, it's typically you get them a little bit lower in those the health pools, and you try to seal the deal. But no, Voyboy too strong, does not go down. It was a good attempt, but now without that ultimate, Lee Sin, you know, if we ever try to get any of those ganks in, is going to be a little bit harder to nab those kills. And Voyboy actually pushing this top lane back very nicely. So he throws out all that harass on top of Zion Spartan. He picks up the creep kills, and he's doing work. Now, in terms of the creeps, again, 52 on Lee Sin, 59 for Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw not really missing a beat at this point, but it does look like Vladimir, you know, tit for tat, 56, and Ashe at 52. Rise in the middle, 65, actually beating out Morgana, because Morgana did have to take a little bit of vacation to go do some ganking, do the blue, as well as that dragon. So she's falling a little bit behind because she's not in lane as much. Nintendo Dex had an excellent opportunity to actually steal back the blue right there, but the Mundo Cleaver proved a little strong. Bottom lane is actually headed back to town. Zig picking up the triple Doran's blades and a little bit more warding and boot action from Janna. So the triple Doran's gives a lot of lifesteal, gives you those extra stats, the extra health just to survive. And because we do not have any kind of heals in that bottom lane except I think a summoner heal that Kogma has, then that lifesteal is going to be worth $1 million at this point. And he's sitting at 9%. He probably actually has the 3% from attacks as well. So that puts him up around 12, which is going to do him some awesome work down here. Because with those shields from Janna, he can probably go toe-to-toe for a bit with Ashe until Soraka's cooldowns just start outweighing the usefulness of going toe-to-toe. So bottom lane actually now missing Nintendo Dex again, going to be cycling up top, but it is not Voyboy, it is I Will Dominate, who's doing an excellent job of trying to trade damage, but no. Oh! The arrow comes out from Zion Spartan, but too little, too late. Would Nintendo X go down? No, it will be the life-saving skills of Zion Spartan. So, you know, even under a tower, Mundo going toe-to-toe, 2-on-1, that is the power of a Mundo. Mundo is just starts getting ridiculously hard to kill. Voyboy not there. We did have the arrow from Ashe, but because we had the arrow from Ashe straight across, we knew that Ashe wasn't in this bottom lane, and you know that's allowed our bottom to actually push up very nicely. Zig trying to take all the points that he can over Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie sitting at 69, Zig sitting at 77, so you can see almost 2 waves difference in that bottom lane. So hands off to this Monomaniac team. They're up 4-0 in this early game against Dignitas. They're winning their lanes. They got a dragon under their belt. The first blood went to a support, which is going to pay back in dividends because she was able to get that early Philosopher's Stone, which is a gold per 10 item. The more gold per 10 you have as a support, the less farm you have to do, and as a support, you're not doing any farming. So it helps out in dividends. The earlier you can get those gold per 10 items. Dominate going to be catching a little bit of creeps here in the mid. Dominate is level 7. A little bit behind, but at the same time, Janna level 6 because she has left lane so much. But she does have her 6, she does have her heal, and we don't actually love her because of her heal early game anyways. It's more of those tornadoes and those shields that allow your AD damage, or whoever your bottom lane, typically it's your AD, just to do a little bit better than your enemy. So Ashe running the triple Dorans as well. Both of our ADs actually running our Berserker's Grave, so that gives them an increased attack speed, which means more attack speed, means more lifesteal, which means more health back, which is awesome. And you can see Zion Spartan really trying to just force Voyboy, zone him out here, try to increase the advantage that he does have. So Zion Spartan sitting at 70, and Voyboy sitting actually at 79, so that's why we need to get this zoning going, because Lee Sin is actually losing out a little bit here in the lane. Now Lee Sin went with the double no magic mantles, which is a pretty brave move because it does put him back in his damage a little bit, but look at that, 107 magic resist up against this Vlad is going to be paying him back very nicely, as the trade-offs for Vlad are going to get slowly worse as time goes on, especially if he has scaling magic resist. So right now Zion Spartan is actually level 9, he's at 107. We'll check him out when he's level 10, see if we have any of those scaling resists, because again, that's just going to become harder and harder for Vlad to win out those exchanges. So, you know, some pretty continued harass. Zion Spartan doing his job with the safeguard. It's a good distance closer as well. Now, Voyboy does have that Hex Deck, so these exchanges, every time he does go toe-to-toe, he does get health back from his skills as well as the spell vamp from this Hex Deck, so it's really excellent to see. Paradoxical tries to catch Voyboy, does not actually land it. And now, because he is out of land, Scar has just been doing some amazing farm in this mid. He does have that Tear of the Goddess, the Catalyst Protector. Where is, yeah, 112 creeps to 98 for this Morgana. So you can definitely see that Morgana's trips around the map have not yielded her really any good. But the difference here, of course, is that she's been part of, I believe, 2 kills. Yep. She's been part of 2 kills. We got a lot of pinging going down because that blue buff is up. That's the power of that clairvoyance. And we are going to be throwing down that ward. But 3 on 1. No, there's somebody in the bush there, Paradoxical. Does he notice? Did he actually notice that there's someone in the bush? Oh, Vlad is there. Yeah, we got the pings going down. Dragon should be, bam, right there. And that's why all those pings came down. So blue buff not going to be contested because it did look like 4 of Dignitas did collapse around it. So that will be a mini victory for them. These smaller objectives are going to be becoming more and more paramount as the time goes on because right now it is Dignitas a little bit behind in gold. 4-0, even if they are winning a lot of these creep exchanges, they're still down in gold. And you can see Zion Spartan, he's going to just try to body block. We do get the dragon now from Monomaniac. Good tornado. It's going to land in an insta-give on top of Cutie Pie. And that is going to be an excellent play right there from Monomaniac. So they pick up not only the Dragonette, another kill, putting us up at 5-0 over the #1 seed here at IPL 4. And they're doing just some amazing work. Now, Olaf in the jungle has that Ruby Crystal, only the tier 1 boots as well as the Wriggles, but the Wriggles is the important part, and we're going to be trying for an opportunity here onto Locust, but in comes Dominate with the AoE, just trying to body block at this point, and he does a superb job of it. Locust as well as Dominate do both survive, and oh, taking a cleaver to the back of the back. Yeah, well, you can't take one to the front of your back. That's just silly. Nintendo X, however, is going to be trying to push this lane a little bit. They do have a good opportunity here to take out the tower, but I'm not too sure if that's in their best interest. You can see Zig just wasting time wandering around. He's going to throw down a ward into that tri-bush, so you know, if we are going to be getting a lane gank going from Mundo, we should be able to see it next time it does happen. So Dragon should be coming up at 1950, claims Janna. It's about right. 14 minutes plus 6. So apparently he died at 1350. So 6 minutes for that Dragon. Another extra global gold gain for Monomaniac. It will be a good time. Now you can see Hex Drinker come out for Zion Spartan. Again, good work for our top laner. Actually, we didn't even check to see if his magic resist count is going to go up. And it did by more than 6. So I'm going to say he does have those scaling magic resists, and that's again going to be really good here for Voyboy. But Voyboy's now finished off that Will Be Ancients, so he's going to be even harder to kill at this point. Not that he's actually he's died once, I believe. Voyboy? Nope, Voyboy hasn't died at all. He's that good. That's why Voyboy carries top. And he has multiple carried tournament hoodies. It's really quite amazing to see. You know, just a fantastic player. Let's take a quick look at not the items. The Nintendo X comes in for a little bit of a gank, but okay, it should be all right. Yeah, we do have our Wriggles Lantern, and now with that that health crystal did turn into a heart of gold, so a little bit of gold per 10 for our jungler never goes awry. Plus it does give him health, which allows him to use his true damage lightning bolt a little bit more frequently because it does cost health, not mana. It's an excellent spell, which is why you like to see a lot of cooldown reduction come out onto Olaf, because it's just going to be raining lightning bolts essentially. That's what it is going to be. Now we are going to come in from behind. Scar does use out the flash, try to get away from this. Nintendo X does throw down his ults. And here comes the kick from Zion Spartan. The Ash Out not going to be landing on anything, but now Zion Spartan in behind enemy lines does get the Hex Drinker up. But it will not matter because Paradoxical is going to go down here as well. There goes that exhaust from I Will Dominate, so a 2-for-1 exchange. Not the best idea for Monomaniac to go that aggressive. But at the same time, we did lose out that bottom tower, so the gold will actually kind of even out. But this now gives 2 kills into the pocket of Dignitas. So there goes our shutout spree. And they're both going to Dr. Mundo. So after getting first blooded and getting so far behind in that jungle, Dr. Mundo with 2 kills, bam, back in the game. That's going to be a lot of gold gain to him. But now as things do settle down, let's take a quick look at the items again. Lee Sin did eventually get those double Doran blades with that Hex Drinker. And the Hex Drinker, again, very targeted against, well, Ryze, Mundo, Soraka, Vladimir. I mean, a lot of magic resist would go a long way up against this team. Now Janna, again, as I did say, she got that early gold per 10. Wherever it went, there it is. So the Philo Stone she does have. She does also now have that Heart of Gold, so she's now rocking 10 gold per 10, which will help her out for the warding situation because she does have to do a lot of warding being the support on your team. You're not going to be farming those creeps. She does have 1 creep kill to her name, which, you know, the lower the better because then you're giving them to your AD carry. So Kog'Maw, going for that IE with that BF sword. So he has enough lifesteal, he feels. Now he just needs to start pumping out a little bit more damage. And he is almost at 200 attack damage. I'm not too sure about his armor penetration, but you can be sure it's at least 10%, because that's what you get out of your attack mastery. You can see Zion Spartan again trying to trade here with Voyboy. Voyboy did go with the cooldown boots as well, so it's a similar idea for Olaf, that the more you can spam these spells, the more health you will get back, which means the more trades you will be able to do. But because he does have the cooldown boots, you will be taking extra damage from Voyboy, who does do a lot of auto attacking. So instead of like Ninja Tabby, for example, would have helped him out a little bit in this trade-off, but he just wants to spam more and more of these skills. Apparently I can't turn left with my cursor because of windowed mode. Excellent. You see the pings going down. We did actually steal out the blue here. Paradoxical picking that up. Going to go for a kill on top of Cutie Pie. Cutie Pie wisely decides not to risk it. Now we do have 4 of Monomaniac in the mid. Gathered up. That's one dead tower if I ever saw one. And I've seen a lot of dead towers, folks. So yeah, now picking up another tower advantage over this Dignitas team. We find Voyboy trying to go back. We're just going to throw him a friendly love tap and say, no, I want to play with you. Zion Spartan again going to do the same thing, but it does look like Voyboy has figured it out. Yeah, he's going to go all the way back to the tower. Oh, that arrow landing right into the black shield of Paradoxical. That's not going to be good for Cutie Pie whatsoever. She does drop very, very quickly. Now Paradoxical does have an ignite on her. The black shield doing some excellent work there. Very clutch play as Cutie Pie does drop like a rock. And again, 1950. Let's see. 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfectly timed is what I would say if it actually came up at 1950. Wow, okay, 10 seconds off. Bam. Well, the dragon will spawn eventually. I blame misinformation there, but Skara poking his head around here. Mundo is also now here as well. There's that dragon, and you can see this entire enemy team. There's nobody top, so you can probably assume that Voyboy is going to be bottom. Are we going to go for the steal? Are we going to go for the steal? Are we going to go for the steal? No, we do get it with the smite. Excellent work there from Nintendo. I had to watch his gold, but his gold did go up. We did get that kill on top of the dragon, which means we're now up 3 dragons to none for Dignitas. Dignitas is also down 5 kills and multiple turrets, which means we probably have about a 5,000-6,000, I'd have to say, gold lead at this point for Monomania, playing the game of their lives against this #1 seed here at the IGN Pro League. Oh, wow. 20 minutes in. Let's see who has those big items. Big name items. Big name items. Rabadons. Morgana. Excellent stuff to see. Ashe not exactly there. She has 152 creeps, but 020 is not putting any kind of money into her pocket, so she only does have that BF sword. Rise does have that tier. He's trying to fill it up in the Catalyst, so the Catalyst at this point probably not going to be going for that Rod of Ages. Probably going to be more of that Banshee's Veil, which fits more into his tanky nature overall. Has that chain vest, so you can definitely assume a Frozen Heart is going to be on the way for him. Now Soraka, 1 gold per 5, and is not even a Philo Stone, but she does have that Fairy Charm, so you can assume that Soraka at 012 is not exactly rich at this point. I mean, check out our support, Janna, 201, doing some excellent work there, and really no other kind of big items is out there. Now Vladimir with the Giant's Belt, Rylai's first item. Well, I guess second item, because we do have the Will of the Ancients already for Voyboy. Very interesting move. The health will help him trade out a lot, especially up against Olaf, who with that true damage, you cannot negate that lightning bolt worth a damn. And here comes Voyboy right into everything. But he doesn't actually drop that as low as I kind of expected him. Paradoxical with the ultimate. We do throw down Voyboy's ult, but we do have incoming Zion Spartan. It's not going to matter. He doesn't even get that assist, but now Pixel could be in a little bit of trouble. We do have the Black Shield come out, negate that arrow yet again. This is just not Cutie Pie's day whatsoever. We already now have the Janna ult down, and here comes Nintendo from behind, going right onto I Will Dominate, but now we are going to trade focus into Locust, and Locust does drop very nicely. Now our ult is already down, the exhaust coming out from I Will Dominate, but it does not matter. He will drop as Kog'Maw picks up that kill. Great kick onto Cutie Pie, but it's not going to matter because I don't think we actually expected to go that far. So Zion Spartan, first death of the game after he went for a little bit of a roundabout trip through the forest. Yeah, that's alright though, because we got 3 kills. Yes, we got 3 kills for 1. which again just puts us that much farther ahead here for the Monomaniac. Now Skara being a very aggressive and very adventurous and very dead. That's why you don't get adventurous. Now with this many Dignitas members dead, it will be a that's not a Baron attempt. But Baron, he's not going to go lightly. You can see Paradoxical there just getting flung. Now he is tanking for some strange reason. I would definitely let Nintendo or Zig do it, but whoever's closest to Baron apparently gets to tank. So you can see them doing their little bit of dance, and it will be a dead Baron. Nobody at all can even try to contest that, and Zion Spartan came up alive just before the Baron went down. So he picks that up. Very nice plays. 306 on this Olaf, which is again a big thing. I really like to see Olaf in the jungle. I think he's a terrific jungler. Great clear time, and as you can see here, you pop the ghost, you pop the ultimate, you just go straight for their squishy, you trade out with this reckless swing, you trade out with the vicious, the undertows, you just keep chucking them, and good things will come your way. Now Zion Spartan, after all that, has that Phage as well as the new Maw of Malmortius, which is the upgraded Hex Drinker. Again, gives him a lot of flexibility when it comes to his magic resist, as well as the lower he gets in the health, the more attack damage he's actually going to be dealing out. I like to see this as well on Olaf, but Olaf not choosing to go that route. Instead, he is going to be getting a Giant's Belt, which means he's probably going to be going for a very similar item to that Phage, the Frozen Mallet. Now the Frozen Mallet, again, with the lower the hit points we have on Olaf, the faster his attack speed gets out, which means more lifesteal, which also means that we ensure that we keep that Frozen Mallet proc on whoever we're chasing down. And it's probably going to be probably Skara and Cutie Pie is going to be our big targets. We just want to ult, we just want to go straight in. Cutie Pie is a nice squishy, Skara not so much, but they do a lot of damage. If we get tired, we can always trade off onto Locust, because he's very squishy, and he is a Soraka, and a really good Soraka is really annoying. So, c'est la vie. Now we do clear out those wraiths, but we do leave one there to spawn, so that's just kind of throwing it to our jungler. I will dominate. We're just like, yeah, we're going to take this, and there's nothing you can do about it, and they're not going to respawn, which means we deny you those creeps. With that Infinity Edge and Zeal, however, Zig, our Kog'Maw, doing work, 259 attack damage, and probably 30% crit at this point. 25, 35, okay, fine, 35% crit. Can't actually have any critical chance at level 1 anymore, so yes, we're going to go with 35% crit, but with that Phantom Dancer, we're going to accelerate that again, and with great positioning, Zig, you know, that Kog'Maw, he becomes a very excellent glass artillery cannon. Not even just a cannon, an artillery cannon. He will hammer you home and take out your hit points from afar. Nothing you can do about it. Zion Spartan taking some flak here. He's going to have to try to safeguard through to get out of that, but Dignitas is definitely on the back foot. They are down every tower except that top lane, which means we actually have a huge amount of gold. I'd say we're probably 10 to 12,000 gold difference at this point. Creeps don't... Oh, Skara taking that to the face! Is going to actually use his flash to get on out of that. No problem. Apparently I can't hide the UI here, but that's okay. Pixel throwing out the ultimate. Zion Spartan taking a lot of flak here. There's that Hex Drinker. The shield with the black shield to boot. We did throw down our Ignite and a few exhausts on top of that. Paradoxical, however, is still looking very strong. He's not going to be moving anywhere at this point. Is going to try to go for the insta-game on top of Cutie Pie with the ultimate. Oh, the wish coming out from Locust. Is it going to be enough? No. No, it will not. And that is why Morgana is a beast. 372 ability power at this point. She's able to easily take down Ashe, and now with a 5 versus 4 advantage with the Baron, we should be able to clear out this inhibitor with very little resistance. You can see Voyboy trying a little bit. Zion Spartan just a little off to the right with that Hadoken. And he's actually not going to be landing that kill. Now, I did see pings down for that Dragon. Dragon is up. Our Baron is about up as well, so give it 3 minutes, I believe, on the clock. So we should see another Baron around 30 minutes in. And we'll probably see Monomaniac ready for it. Wow, that Dragon just really melts, and the mass B's going back. Everyone needs to shop. We do got Ashurelia's on Janna, and you can probably see that Frozen Mallet come out here on Olaf. Oh, close. Nope, he's going to get the magic resist anyways. We do have a Frozen Mallet on top of Lee Sin. So, good times right there. There's that Phantom Phantom? Yeah, Phantom Dancer for Kog'Maw, so that's going to be putting him up some really excellent move speed, some attack damage, some attack speed. And I say attack damage because it's crit. Like, the more you crit, the more damage you do. Morgana going with an Abyssal Scepter. Now, an Abyssal Scepter is something that's been coming into popularity as well over the last several weeks because why not? Magic resist, we got a lot of magic damage on the enemy team, and at the same time, it reduces their magic resist whenever you're nearby, and this is great for heroes with very close range AoEs. For example, Nunu, Galio, Morgana. You know, these people that in the midst of a fight get off their big AoEs, but they have to be centered around them. So the Abyssal Scepter is excellent because it's a circular aura around you. That means that anyone that you hit, as soon as you hit anyone with your ultimate, they're already at -20 magic resist, which means your ultimate just does that much more damage. At the same time, it also gives a good amount of ability power and magic resist, which again comes into play because of Boy, Soraka, Mundo, and who's the other one? Vlad, that's it. Like, yeah, I said Scar first. I shouldn't have said Scar first, just said Boy first. But, you know, that theme is working out really well because we are now 12-3 up. Monomaniac sticking it to the #1 seed, Dignitas here at IGNProLeague number 4. And now we are going to be sticking to this top lane. No towers left for Dignitas. Zion Spartan getting in here, gets the kill on top of Ash, and now there we go. Pixel resetting positions with that ultimate, giving us a little bit of heal. Nintendo X rocking that ultimate already, but backs off. I think we could have easily went toe-to-toe with Dominate at this point because we're just that awesome. Our Viking has, he might be a little drunk, bro laugh and all, but at the same time, he's doing excellent work. Now we do got the safeguard going off, and that does chase away Skara because Zion Spartan is a scary individual at this point. There goes that turret. We actually catch Skara in the top of a binding. Zion Spartan going for the kill. He will flash away, but it will not matter. He does drop to Morgana. We have a rampage coming out for Morgana at this point as well. Now Voyboy, Locust, and Dominion, or Dominate, they're going to have to try to do something here. We got the ghost coming out from Voyboy, but an excellent tornado. Here comes the arrow! And it misses everyone. Wow, okay. Well, we had the Black Shield reaction coming up from Paradoxical. Would have really nullified that arrow anyways, but it did not hit a soul. Which means good news for Monomaniac because we should be seeing that Baron in, I guess, 1 minute, 31. I guess it's 4 minutes. Yeah, it is 4-4. Somebody lied to me. Oh well. We should be now gearing up to get this Baron. If we get this Baron, we win this next team fight. Oh my goodness, the turret goes down just by itself. Which means we only got 1 inhibitor, 2 inhibitors, barring us from victory. Now, there it is. Baron's up. We're in a good position. We're several thousand, probably tens of thousands of gold ahead of Dignitas at this point. It's 14-3. Ourselves, as Nintendo X, 308. And the creep score is actually not as impressive as I would have expected. Just now hitting the 200s. Kind of expected a little bit more than that, but at the same time, when you're up 14-3, it's just as good as hitting those 300s. Now, Dignitas, they're no slouch to this game. They know that Baron is up. They know it's a very big objective at this point. If they can't get it, they need to stop it. And if they can't stop it, and they don't get it, they lose. But Monomaniac, time is on their side. All they have to do is just keep playing footsies out here because check this out. Those super creeps doing work in game. In the base, yeah, Skara, he has to go back, which means now it's a 5-on-4 situation. We pick up a Baron, uncontested. They have to go back now to defend. If Dignitas does not defend here, it's game over. And that is the problem with super creeps. Once you have them, you just abuse them. And it works out wonderfully. So there we go. No towers left whatsoever for Dignitas. They're about to lose this mid inhibitor. No problem. Check out Zig. Auto attack turret of 328 attack damage. Just takes down that inhibitor. No problem. We take a cleaver to the face, but that's alright. Zion Spartan gives no cares today. Voyboy trying to get off a little bit. Here we throw down the goo. The second inhibitor now down. We're going to catch Zion Spartan. Can he get the safeguard off? He does. What's he going to do? He does kick out Dominate, but oh, finally an Ash arrow hit someone as Royboy goes in for the kill, but unfortunately he does get kind of turned around on 4-on-1, but at the same time so does Morgana. She does drop after that ultimate, and now with positioning we're going to be able to clean up our Dignitas team. Double kill, triple kills, ace coming out. Good game, well played. 2 inhibitors down. That third one's about to drop by itself. We got 3 of the Monomaniacs here, and 1 tower does stand in their way, which means they are going to go on to defeat Team Dignitas here for $11 billion at IGN Pro League number 4 in the Cosmopolitan. Very excellent plays from both teams. And Monomaniac, the new kings of the world. Let's let that victory music sink in. Where's Queen when you need him? Well done, Monomaniac. Excellent, excellent plays. And that's going to put us to Bubble Pop. Stay tuned.